Hey toy friends! So in this video, we're doing a collab video. So it's a custom Halloween collab with Jonathan over at Barely Unboxed. So he had reached out a while ago about doing a custom Halloween doll. And I was like, yes, of course. I love Halloween. I love custom. So here we go. And I'm doing this intro because in the next intro you're going to see, I initially did an intro when I first started the project. We're at the end of the project right now. But I had mentioned in the intro that Chad Marvelous was also included in this, but unfortunately he wasn't able to finish his, so it's just me and Jonathan. So I just want to clarify any questions you might have, because it's in the intro of the video, so I just wanted to put that out there. Hey toy friends! So you can tell by the title of the video that this is a collab custom. So Jonathan from Barely Unboxed reached out to Chad Marvelous and I about doing a Halloween custom. And if you know me, I love Halloween so very much. So I was planning on doing a custom for Halloween anyway, so this is perfect. And the only thing is that I think we're all adding a glow-in-the-dark element to our dolls. So yeah, so I was like, okay, what can I do? If you are familiar with My Pet Monster, and I'll throw some images up, My Pet Monster was basically a plush monster in the 80s, that came out in the 80s, and this monster's pretty iconic, and you're probably familiar with him, or you've seen him out and about, like he's just hanging out at the store or whatever. Anyway, you probably know My Pet Monster is what I'm trying to get at. And there's a whole line of monsters. There's like different types and all that. But My Pet Monster, the original, I immediately thought of that, number one, because I love My Pet Monster. Number two, I love his primary colors, and I thought that would be really fun to translate into a doll. So, and I thought the glow-in-the-dark element would be really cool for this one, because his colors are so vibrant. I think the glow-in-the-dark would work beautifully with this. So that's what I'm doing. I already have a doll picked out. It's the boy doll from, or one of the boy dolls from Zombies, the Disney Zombies movie, I think. I've never watched any of these movies. I know this much about those movies, but it's the guy with the green hair. He has very light skin, which I love customizing dolls with light skin, because it's a lot easier to add stuff and all that jazz. So anyway, he's the body donor for this custom. And I guess I can show you my sketch. I did a little sketch, so here we go. So yeah, here is my sketch. So this is based off of, so the vibe I'm going for is kind of like Go-Go Boy, but he's dressed up as My Pet Monster. He's not embodying My Pet Monster. He's basically like cosplaying or monster bounding, I guess, if you want to call it that. So he has, I'm gonna have him be wearing a lot of fur. So I wanted to translate the fur aspect of My Pet Monster, because obviously he's a plush, he's furry. I also wanted to incorporate all the different colors. So most of his body, or most of his outfit, is going to be blue, just because My Pet Monster is mostly blue. So he's going to have blue something around his legs, his crotch area is going to be blue. I want him to have some like shoulder fur, and then his iconic cuffs. These are, yeah, I have to get the cuffs right. I thought about buying handcuffs off of like Etsy or something, like for dolls, but I don't think that's gonna work, because his cuffs, My Pet Monster's cuffs, are like thick. They're like the actual cuff part is super thick, and typical handcuffs are really thin. So I might just have to make these. So that'll be interesting. And then he's gonna be wearing like a hoodie, and I have some like reference photos if you don't know what I'm talking about. But the one in the upper right is like a yeah, I don't even know. It's like a half a hoodie. It's like a weird like go-go boy hoodie is all I can think of. And then I'm gonna add horns to the hoodie to mimic the horns on My Pet Monster. And then he's gonna be wearing glasses, sunglasses, and that's where I think the glow in the dark aspect is gonna come. I'm gonna color in his eyes to make them glow in the dark. I think that would be really cool. And then his head is gonna have most of the colors. So his hair is gonna be purple and red, and I'm gonna give him a nose ring, and give him some, like, maybe like 2 fangs on either side to mimic the teeth on My Pet Monster. So that's the plan going forward. That's the plan going forward for now. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do this yet. I do have some fur. I don't have blue fur. So I need to figure out how to get some blue fur. And then I think the hardest part about this is going to be constructing the hood thing. I do have some hoodies that I can use as like a base probably. So, but yeah, I don't know. I'm curious what this is going to look like, how this is going to go. I think it'll be fun. I'm really excited to get started on this. I meant to get started on this earlier. Right now it's like mid-September. So, yeah, so I don't know, we'll see. But I'm really excited to get started, so yeah, let's just get into it. Oh hey, it's me again. So I'm finally ready to start this custom. I've been sitting on this for a while, and we're at the point where I just have to do it. So here we are. The first thing I'm gonna do is work on his outfit. So I'm going to work on the hoodie, his underwear, and potentially his leg warmers. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that because I did find some super cute socks for him. So we'll see. But my plan is I already have the hoodie picked out. This is the hoodie. And my plan is to get this fabric, which I ordered from Amazon. This is perfect. I have some fur, but it's like short hair fur, and I was really looking for long haired fur, and I think this would be perfect. So fingers crossed that everything goes well. This does have a backing on it. So my plan is to like cut this into pieces and kind of glue it onto this. So hopefully it doesn't look too bad. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this, but it's gonna be a trial by fire. And then the underwear, I'm not sure because they're really small. So I'm not sure how small I can get this. So it may just be like a wraparound situation if I can't get the underwear right, but I'm gonna try my hardest to make that work. But yeah, so, and then once I get those done, I'll need to work on making the handcuffs and then the horns for the hoodie, and then like face stuff, like painting his face and his hair and all that. So this is a relatively simple custom if you think about it, because there's not a ton going on. So I'm hoping that I don't have a meltdown and that everything goes smoothly. Wow, it's already not going right. Smoothly. Oh, famous last words, huh? Anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna get started, so here we go. So here is your check-in. As you just saw, yeah, I was having issues laying the fur on top of this hoodie. My plan was to cut pieces out of the fur and like glue them to this, but as I was doing it, I was like, there's no way this is gonna like lay right. So and then I got like, I was like, oh, okay. I got like the body part or the top part, but then I was like, how am I gonna do the hood? I can't even like begin to imagine how to make a hood. Never mind like one in fur. So I was like, okay, I need to rethink this. So I was playing around with like the placement of the fur. So I think I might do something like this where I kind of like wrap it around. So it kind of still has that like fur sleeve thing going. And then for the underwear, I think I might just use a strip of the fur to kind of like wrap around his body. I also want to make this like, there's fur everywhere. I'm sure I've inhaled a ton of fur since I started this project, so I'm sure that'll be great for my health. But anyway, yeah, so we're gonna do a little skirt. I'm also planning on like kind of like ratting up the fur a little bit so it's not so clean looking, just so it's a little more monsterish. So I think that's the direction I want to go in, and that's okay because, you know, sometimes you have plans for something and it kind of morphs into something else. So that's kind of where we're going. So I think my next steps are to maybe like glue these things down or place them on his body, and then I can move on to making his accessories. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. So yeah, I'll see you soon. All right, so here is the check-in. So as you just saw, I made the horns and I made the teeth. Obviously I put the horns on. The teeth, I think I just made them too thick, so they were kind of like standing out from the mouth. So I think I'm just going to maybe like paint them on, because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get teeth that are gonna look right and lay flat enough against his face. Yeah, I don't know. If I'm feeling like extra frisky, I might try again, but I think for now, I think I'm just gonna paint them on. So yeah. So the next step is I'm gonna make the wrist cuffs. So this is gonna be probably the most challenging, I guess, because I'm not sure. The actual like cuff part isn't going to be hard, but I think creating the little links, it might be a bit challenging, and I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to do that unless I make that out of clay as well. I was going to do the wrist cuffs out of Warbla. If you're familiar with Warbla, it's like a moldable material that you heat up and you kind of like mold it into whatever, and then it hardens. So yeah, I need to think about the link part of that. So, but yeah, that's the next thing I'm gonna work on. So wish me luck. So I think we're in the home stretch. I'm not sure. I know I do have to do some like face up stuff. I have to color his hair. I have to touch up his little teeth. I have to. I'm thinking about giving him chest hair, blue chest hair. I think that'd be fun. So I want to do that, and I need to make his sunglasses, and then glue all the fur onto him. Yeah, so it's a lot, but it's not a lot. I don't know. My goal is to finish. I want to finish him up. I'm going to try to finish him up today. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's my goal. If not, definitely this week, because I have to post this next week. So I literally just have like maybe a week, maybe less than that, because I have to start editing, and there's a ton of footage with this video. So I need to get on that. So yeah, I'm just checking in, let you know where I'm at. Yeah, so let's just get to work. So, yeah, like you saw in the last clip, my glasses did not turn out very well. So this is nail polish. It's like gel nail polish, and it is sitting on these glasses. So for some reason, it's peeling up, which is kind of frustrating because it's peeling up from the actual glasses, not the paint itself. So I have a couple options. I can maybe try to sand, maybe I could try to sand the sunglasses themselves so that the nail polish has something to grip onto. I could also just paint the entire glasses, because it does seem to be not lifting where I put the white paint initially on the glasses. So I might try to do that. Yeah, although, yeah, I can literally just like peel this off. So, yeah, so that's kind of a bummer. But I think what I'm gonna do in the meantime, I'm gonna put these aside. I'm gonna try to finish anything else I can do. And maybe save this for last, because I don't have the mental capacity for this right now. So yeah, so I'm gonna move on to the face and then the body. All right, so yeah, that was a process. It was something. So I have the doll in front of me, the finished doll. I will say I am pretty happy with it, and like I always say, after any custom that I do, could I do things differently to improve upon it? Of course, yes. If I had more time, I think because this was like a time sensitive thing, I had to like get something done. So, but yeah, if I had like I don't know, 6 months, a year to do a custom, which might actually be like a fun project. Let me know in the comments below if that's something you would be into, to me doing like a long-term custom that's like super, super, super detailed. I don't know, that might be fun. But anyway, yeah, I have the custom here. So let me show you the finished product. So here he is, our monster, my pet monster boy. Yeah, I don't know. I do like the way he turned out. There were some bumps in the road, but that's to be expected whenever I do a custom. There's always bumps, but I think in the end he turned out pretty cool. I think I got the My Pet Monster vibe across. So if we start at his head, so obviously he's got the horns, the glow-in-the-dark horns. I was really bummed that I couldn't make the sunglasses work. I was literally ready to try sanding the sunglasses or whatever, and then the one arm broke, and I was like, of course. And I don't have another pair of those specific sunglasses, so yeah, I was like, it's fine. I will take that loss, but he's got his glow-in-the-dark horns. And I will either insert a video or a photo of what they look like in the dark, so you can just see that. And then his face, I wanted more like purple and red in his hair, but I couldn't. For some reason, when I was painting his hair red, it wasn't turning out like that primary red that I wanted. So, like I said, it's fine. It gets the point across. But yeah, I would definitely add more purple and red into the color scheme if I went back to this, for sure. But I did try to add some purple into his eyeshadow. And then, yeah, a lot of him is blue just because he's mostly blue. He's mostly covered in blue fur. So I thought all the accents should be blue. So obviously his chest hair is blue. His outfit is blue. I did give him his green, like kind of tealy nose, his little fangs, his lips. I think my favorite part of the custom are the wrist cuffs. I'm actually kind of proud of myself for making these. I think these turned out really cute. So there's that. And then I did give him some tattoos. So he's got a little snake tattoo here, a snake tattoo here, and then I gave him a tramp stamp because why not? Because I initially, I think my idea was that he was a go-go boy, so I thought that would be cute and fun. So anyway, and yeah, and then the shoes were kind of like a last minute thing. I was originally going to make him barefoot, but then I was like, I should probably put some shoes on him. So, and then I wanted to incorporate some of the fur in there. And I tried having the fur be on top of his foot, but then you couldn't really see his toes. So that's why I opted for below his feet. Does it make sense? No, but I think it gets the point across. I also painted his toes green, his toenails green, along with his fingernails green. So yeah, like I said, overall, I am very happy. Wow, this lighting is not doing me any favors. But anyway, dodge the light. So yeah, this is the final My Pet Monster. So yeah, let me know what you think of my attempt at creating this My Pet Monster custom. I do ask that if you have criticisms or feedback, that it be constructive and not just mean. Thank you very much. Also, go over to Jonathan's channel at Barely Unboxed, where he's doing a custom as well. I don't know what he did. I have like ideas, like bits and pieces of what he's doing, but I don't know. I haven't seen the final doll or whatever. So go check him out. Go check his video out because I think we're posting at the same time. So yeah. But yeah, support him as well. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. If you haven't already, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I hope you're having a lovely whenever you're watching this, and I will catch you next time.